Now, Austin Stewart, chair of the Madison County Executive Leadership Steering Committee, past chair, Madison County Young Professionals, and also the Young Professional of the Year, along with Chris Roberts, board of directors of the Madison County Business League and Foundation, and past steering committee chair of the Mississippi Young Professionals and president, Mississippi Young Bankers Association. Austin and Chris, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
all right, so
absolutely.
We're going to hear a lot of noise here because they're unloading out of the luncheon. Start with you, Austin. This event, I've been associated with this organization for a number of years. I've watched this event really grow. It's become a big deal.
Absolutely. It's been fun to watch the length of the line grow as people try to get in for lunch. I think that's probably the metric, right, for how successful the event is. But listening to the speaker's comments in there, he's absolutely right. This has been a first-rate event, I think, in the business league and also for the legislature.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see how many legislators and statewide officials we have turn out for this, and I think it shows the importance to them of what's going on in Madison County.
Chris, it's important, is it not, that the business community communicate its viewpoints, its needs, its plans, its strategy, its vision to our lawmakers, because I think our lawmakers generally want to ensure that they regulate the state to the extent they have and just pass laws that don't interfere with business expansion and growth, but rather are conducive to growing our economy.
That's exactly right, Gerard. And the key word I think you would mention in that statement is communicate. And the one thing that I love about the fact that this organization does, it marries the private sector and the legislative body. And what does it do? It gets everybody in the same room. We're all communicating. It's not going to benefit everybody all the time, but the goal is that we have effective communication and that we have effective, robust economic development throughout Madison County that ultimately benefits the state of Mississippi.
Yeah, and I think many of them, Austin, would tell you, well, we don't know what you need unless you tell us. I mean, and so sometimes we recognize things out just in the community in general and especially in the business world that they need to be aware of to make sure that they don't do something that steps on the toes or interferes with the progress and the advances being made by businesses.
That's exactly right. And I think that's part of our job as being in the private sector, in the business world, connecting that not only to each other in the business league and communicating amongst each other as to what we're seeing in the markets and in the industries that we're all taking part in, but then also getting a cohesive plan together as to how do we communicate what's important to the business community, to our legislators. And the Business League does a great job about that with organizing priorities each year for each session and making sure that those are adequately communicated to our political leaders.
And they act on it.
That's right. They can implement the policies that hopefully end up affecting all of us at the end of the day.
Chris, tell us about the Young Professionals program. It's a pretty neat deal with respect to the League and Foundation's work.
Absolutely. And it is, as I tell folks, it's an arm of the Business League, and the goal is development of what you might call up-and-coming talent. And so maybe a succession plan on some level. And so I had the fortune of being involved in the inaugural class of that approximately 2017, and we've seen that grow specifically year to year. It is structured just as the Business League organization, where we have an executive team, we have a steering committee, and our goal a lot of times is just to promote the same thing again that the Business League is doing, but a key piece of it is truly networking, because as we look at it as a long run, the runway is that we will all develop as leaders over time and engage and have a person that you can call on in any market in any industry.
Austin, we're blessed with a lot of young talent in Madison County as well.
That we are, and that's part of what the Executive Leadership Program is striving to do as well. We like to, what we say our goal is we identify the talent that is in our organizations that has executive potential, we want to bring those young folks together, or of all ages together, and then have programming that encourages not only to the development of their leadership skills, but that networking piece as well. Because, again, it's all important that we're communicating together on this.
No doubt. And we want them, Chris, to be thinking about the future of Madison County and incorporating that into their meetings, their work, their plans, and their communication.
Absolutely. And I think that's key to, again, coming to functions such as this, the League and Legislature, being involved in political advocacy, knowing what's going on during the session, knowing what the key topics are throughout the year. Madison County does a great job of kind of pinpointing 6 to 8, specific topics that are going to be specific to Madison County and to that session. And so that engagement is something that, you're never too young to start and never too young to understand that process.
They're pretty good about staying within their scope, I would say that. You overload it with too much, you get inaction. They just kind of close the book on you.
That's right. Hit the high points. That's always the key.
Austin, Chris, appreciate you guys coming on. Great work, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Gerard.
much.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Folks, that's a wrap here today from the Westin in downtown Jackson. We've enjoyed being here for the Madison County Business League and Foundation Annual League and Legislature. Tomorrow we're going to be at 7 Days for the Troops up in Tupelo. I'll be on with you then. Until then, folks, stay safe and God bless everyone.